Divine greetings, entities, energies, lovelies, bodies of light, the seekers and sojourners of truth. 144, chosen of the chosen few. You know who you are. I greet you in the love that lights the truth. From my heart to yours, I am Celestial Earth in the divine energy essence of it all, reporting to you live from none other than 5D, the fifth dimension, baby, in the place to be. Stand up if you are in 5D, and speaking to my third degree chosen ones, especially those who are climbing up in their soul's ascension. Continue to climb. Elevation forever, stagnation never. All right, so as usual, I bring you the news to infuse, if you so choose, to infuse with the light, with this fifth density light that's coming into the light grid activation. And if not, you can choose not to. As usual, I have to say, with all fair warning and truth, that you will be fried on the grid, because you're going to clash with the grid lines, with the light grid activation, right? You're going to be clashing all up in Metatron's cube and all of that. That is like the filter of the information on this earth, with the light codes and all of that, right? But this here that I want to talk to you about is the karmic perspective within this ecliptic window of opportunity, with this here full moon and eclipse. So happy full moon in eclipse, super full moon when it gets here in its exact moment. Whoever sees this is probably, gonna see it later on the day. I'm in the wee hours, just right before the sun is coming up. It's still the day before for me, because I've been up since the meeting. I've still been up, so I have not gone down yet. This is like bedtime for me, as everyone's getting up. We're obviously pushing time again. It's that time. I don't want to say try, but sometimes it's like, oh, we got to push time again. Anyhow, I digress. Let me get right into this karmic perspective, because I feel like it's very important with the understandings of what we're gaining in this ecliptic window. And I'm going to talk more. I'm going to do another video talking about this eclipse in a way that people have not really been talking about in regards to Chiron. And I have some notes I want to share with you on that. So I'm not going to do that right now. Later on in the wee hours of the full moon, I believe it hits like at midnight, around that time. It may be on the 18th for countries ahead of us. But either way, happy full moon. This is a big one. Super moon, eclipse. This is moon on steroids. And we're in this window of opportunity, not just for the eclipse window. It is also the window of the Pluto in Capricorn. It is a space where within this double window, we have 3 outer planets that are closing some things out. They're in their final degrees, and that has a lot to do. I'll do it, go deeper into that as well in another video. I want to highlight the karmic perspective of that, because a lot of people don't realize how much this is really, we've come here for this, to particularly take advantage of these energies during this time that is entering into the age of the Aquarius, that is also ushering into the 5th D. Like, we've all come here for this time, and it's to help, not just to help the planet, but to understand in your own soul's unfoldment how some of us are here to really lift the layers off of our soul, of the multiple lifetimes in coming here, that we have been given the opportunity. Even in this window as an opportunity, our lifetime is a window of opportunity as well. It's the finite experience within our infinite existence. So it is a window of opportunity that our soul is taking to remove the soot off of our soul in this lifetime, right? And it's not just, the thing is, a lot of times people think it's just this lifetime. We go as far back as to looking at inner childhood wounds, and that's good. But to be honest with you, that's only the beginning of it. being that we're infinite beings, that's only scraping the beginning of it and having you see a pattern throughout your life in this lifetime. And once you get a hold of that, you go be even further beyond that. It goes beyond your inner childhood wounds. There are unhealed wounds within the soul's imprint from multiple lifetimes. So it goes beyond lifetimes. And this is what karma is here for. I call it the karma trauma. The slit on the soul is like your karma trauma that comes with you, right? And it's not to attack you. And this is what I mean by looking at the karmic perspective. Again, why we have to understand perspectives have to change. This ecliptic window is also echoing and reflecting what we were getting 6 months ago, where we were still being shown that certain perspectives have to change, right? The eclipse 6 months ago was really heavily about the social dynamics, and that's why so many social dynamics were changing, and it's for the betterment of us entering into the age of the Aquarian, into 5D, where it's all about, well, actually the age of Aquarian is helping us to enter into 5D. That's bringing together more humanitarianism, collaboration, us living in right standing with the earth and with humanity. We're returning back to a rightful living. And in order to do so, we need to get through some of these old shadows. We have to cut through these illusions and these old shadows. So yes, social dynamics have to change. And so this is what was being echoed with the North nodes in Aries and Pisces. That's the theme, is these social dynamics coming from the we into the soul sovereignty, the higher aspects. And I've been mentioning that, right? And I'm only saying that to tie all this together. So follow me, stick with me if you can. That's what that theme was about. So 6 months ago, there's a social dynamics theme that was also echoing the theme of changing perspectives and how we live in right standing with the earth according to material things and to relationships. Because that last 18 months before, the theme of the nodes were on the axis of Taurus and Scorpio, North Node in Taurus, which is about the material things in this world. Changing perspectives. Our perspectives had to change about how we see money, about how we see relationships, about how we see the physical things in this world, the material things. So those perspectives, that was being echoed, as well as the social dynamics. So bringing that forward, I say that to say this. This eclipse, which is reflective of those themes, is also still highlighting perspectives. It's giving us, we're at the tail end of this. Like, it's like the energies are really saying, please change your perspective. Change the scope on your microscope. Those of us who are micromanaging their lives and trying to micromanage other people's lives, change the microscope, change the telescope, change the scope. The lens through which you are looking through has to change, right? You ain't got to do a darn thing, but I'm giving it to you how the energies are putting it out. And so these perspectives, one of the important perspectives that I'm speaking about is the karmic perspective. This is really going to help a lot of us when we understand how the karmic trauma is playing out. And it's really interesting because we tend to look at karma as, ooh, karma's going to get you, karma's out to get you, and that's not what it's about. It's an opportunity. We have to understand the multidimensional level of the soul. The soul is coming here again and again and again to remove soot off of the soul, to remove the things that we have picked up lifetime after lifetime that we have not learned. And guess what? We have the grace and we have the eternal existence and the infinite existence as an opportunity to do it again and again. So coming back is not a punishment. It is an opportunity. See, perspective. It is an opportunity to come back and undo what you have not done, to fix what you have not fixed. In this lifetime, you're getting that opportunity to go beyond this lifetime and look at the previous lifetimes, the other lifelines, right? So in this lifetime, we're getting the opportunity to move beyond multiple timelines. Like there's other timelines. There we go. Thank you, Spirit. There's other timelines that we're working with while we're here in this lifetime. Again, this is part of the convoluted universe that we have to understand. So while we're here in this lifetime, yes, there are other timelines involved that are streamlining through into this lifetime that we're giving the opportunity to overcome, to transcend. We're here to transcend it and to transmute it, to gain a new understanding in our soul unfolding journey. And when I say transcend, I don't mean get over it in that way. It's to gain an understanding, to transcend the issues, the challenges that you came here to have, in order to have you elevate and uplift and be able to move beyond something that you have not been doing in previous lifetimes, that have followed you in multiple timelines into this lifetime. Faithfully, you're still with me. All right, so this is very intrinsic, and the perspective of karma, what I want us to look at is, because the karma trauma that we come with, again, people tend to look at karma as this is bad, and it's like, no, this is here to help you. Just like we have the grace and opportunity to come here and do it again, and it's not punishment, we also come here to see the karma. The karma is it's our hints, right? It's our telltale signs of what's happening. So when we see it in this lifetime, it is a pattern for us to find, and it's calling us to a remembrance. This is a part of the remembering. And this is why it's so important that the life, to understand that the life we live is really a remembering. It's having you remember so you can face it, fix it, and do what you're supposed to do in this lifetime, without cheating, because some people will be like, well, why don't we just come back knowing it? Because that would be cheating. You wouldn't be actually learning and having the experience through learning, right? Or you wouldn't be learning through having the experience, which is true learning, right? A true experience, a true wisdom in the soul has to be had through a true experience. So we can't cheat our way through it. We can't come here knowing. It's like cheating on a test. We understand that life is a school. For those who understand that life is like a school, then when you're in school, when it's test time, you got to take the test. You can't know, you can't cheat. You got to put the notes away, even though some teachers let you keep notes out. But that's similar to when you come here and you have, some of us have deeper intel. Those are our little cheat notes. Some of us have certain gifts and synchronicities. Those are our little notes here and there, right? Those synchronicities, kind of look at it like that. But we're supposed to be able to take the test so that you can know that you studied and showed yourself approved. You really know that you know that you know through experience, and you're not just writing things down to write them down. It's kind of like that. So yes, when we come back here, we have to remember. And so karma gives us our cues and our clues. So it's not punishment when you come back here and do it. It's more like it's giving you the opportunity to see it. It's like, here you go. So when you come back with it, it's not like, oh man, I got to deal with this. It's punishment. We got to change our perspective. That karmic perspective is saying, no, I'm giving you the opportunity to fix this. It's coming with you because you have, this is the fairness of the universe. You get what you put in. So you came here to get you, if that makes sense, right? It's not that that's what I was saying. Thank you, Spirit. It's not that karma is out to get you, right? But if you think about it, you came here with it to get you. If you get what I mean. It's like when you say, you get me, you understand me. So you came to get you. You came to understand you. So that karmic imprint, that karmic soot that is coming with you is coming with you so that you can get you. Get a clue, get to know you, and know, oh, this is what I came here to do. Your spirit charted out this course for your soul so that you will get it this time around. Right? So it's being given to you so that it's like, oh, okay, I got it. Let me work through this. And when you face it and you work through it, then you no longer have to deal with that, right? And it helps removes a chunk of soot off of your soul and elevate your soul so that your soul can move to the next dimensional self holistically, not incrementally like we do time within time here in our world within worlds, but holistically your soul will be able to level up to, let's say, a fourth dimensional soul holistically, or a fifth dimensional or a sixth dimensional soul holistically, right? So it's a part of the leveling up. So when we look at that, we see, oh, this is what karma has come to bring. So let's not look at it in that way where, oh, it's out to get me, and oh, this karma is bad, bad, bad. It's all karma is you getting your return, and what you put out and having the opportunity to rectify it. Not only did you put it out, but you also have the opportunity to rectify it. That too is the grace of the divine. Karma is also the grace of the divine. So get your grace rather than running from it. Rather than saying, oh my gosh, this karma is such a bad thing. It's no, look at it and see what it is for you. So, and with that said, I'm saying that too so that we understand whatever it is that you've come to do. This was another thing I was saying. When we look at whatever it is, we kind of have to look at karma. If you really want to find it, we have to look at the ugly in our karma, if that makes sense. Similar to what I was saying before in one of our groups, that in one of our meetings, that to help yourself, to help move the ego out the way, we have to be willing to look at the ugly in our ego. We got to be willing to look at ourselves and say, you know what, that hurts. Willing to, excuse the noise, willing to, school time, willing to take in the distractions and see, I'm seeing that, like, welcome distraction. That's a lesson in itself. It's like school bus coming through, school time. That's how it has to be when we're going through our stuff. Time to go to school, time to get what we need to get done. And it's like that with facing your ego. Let's go deal with this hurt, right? Allow yourself to be willing to be hurt and just accept it. Be in an acceptance of hurt. Like, you know what? I accept the hurt that I need to receive. And when you do that, you loosen the grip on the ego, because the ego is always hell-bent on protecting with a narrative or whatever. So you loosen that grip just by saying, I accept the pain. I know it sounds crazy, because it's like, why would I want to accept the pain? Because no pain, no pain, no gain. That's so true. We came here to gain access to multiple levels of our soul. And so it's going to take some pain in our flesh, because while we're in our human suit and in our flesh, we don't like it. Pineapples, I don't like it. I get it. But we got to be willing to take that fleshly pain and say, it's okay. I accept the hurt, because that hurt is going to allow me to really see what I need to really see. And that's going to help get through a chunk of stuff in this lifetime. Now to the next level, looking at the karmic, right? The multiple timelines within this lifetime. In order to see our karmic self, our past life self, we have to be willing to look at the pain in how we have lived in our past life, right? And I say that because some people look at their past life as like, oh, I was this, I was the king of this, I was great here, and that's great, that's good. When we come here in this lifetime, we do carry some of the good with us. That's why some of you have the gifts that you have. Those are some of the good, cool points that came over with you. That's in your, tethered to you in your bloodline, in your multiple lifetimes. That's the good. But we got to think about the bad. We came here to undo, to transcend the ugly, so to speak. So we have to be willing to look at that with the same type of acceptance. On the school bus, on my way to school, let's just accept it. How about we look at the karmic and say, you know what? I was a terrible person. I'm saying this is how we're going to find whatever those patterns are, whatever spirit is, the synchronicities that are coming to us through these energetic windows. Be willing to look at your ugly of your karmic life from your past lives. So what is it that I did that was so ugly? Hit me with it. Give it to me. Let me see the raw ugly. Some of us have done some really ugly things in our lifetime. And depending on how you look at your natal chart, it can help you see that as well. But some of us have done some really ugly things in our past life, and we chose this specific time to really get the challenges that we need to lift that soot off of us. So we have to be willing to say, you know what? Let me see that ugly. Through my karmic perspective, I need to utilize this window to see every bit of my ugly. And I know that I need to change so many perspectives in my human suit. I know that this Pluto in Capricorn is also helping me to have the revelations that I need to tear down not only old concepts in this lifetime, but also the ones that have been carrying with the imprints from other timelines. Not just individually, but also collectively, the imprints from the age of the ram, right? All of that, which I'm going to talk about when I talk about Chiron. But these are all the perspectives. This is the karmic perspective, that this is the opportunity that we're getting to change. First, change your karmic perspective and understand that this is what's happening. Understand, overstand, and understand this is the opportunity we're getting in this window. In this ecliptic window that's echoing, hello, hello, hello. Change your perspective. Did you change your lens? Did you change the way? We have to completely, some of us, we got to just throw out the whole darn thing. Throw the whole thing out the window. That old type of thinking, it no longer fits. It doesn't fit for this lifetime or within the other timelines. The timelines that we are experiencing within this lifetime. This is what we're here to do. We're undoing those multiple timelines within this lifetime. So it's not just this lifetime. So when you get to your, as I say, when you get to your inner childhood wounds, that's just the tip of the iceberg. We got so much more on a whole multi-dimensional level on multiple timelines. And I know that may sound confusing, but yes, there are other timelines streaming through this lifetime. Get it while you can in this window, in this ecliptic window, in this Pluto in Capricorn window, and with all those 3 outer planets on the closing out, as they're in the closing degrees, right? Especially Neptune, that is really helping us close out the illusions. So please look at please look at the illusions. Look at where you have some faulty concepts in some old paradigms, some old traditions, holding on to old concepts about relationships, jobs, and all of that. These illusions are falling away. And some illusions are coming with you from the other timelines, from the past lives. And you're here to shake all of that. So allow all of that to come through. Have your eyes wide open as you're doing your moon work and everything. Just be completely open, I would say, and ask yourself the important questions that you need to ask. I'm gonna do, when I come and talk more about the full moon, I'm gonna give us some hints about what to look into with the outer planets, with Uranus, Pluto, and so forth. Let me see if I can give you a hint right now to work with, and I'll go deeper into it later. So the outer planets, Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, and even Chiron, I would say. Look at where they are in your natal chart, and that is going to highlight to you what areas in your life, according to the houses, your house placement that it's in. It's going to highlight to you what areas are being closed out, right? What type of challenges, where the revelations are, where you're having a revolution, where you're having a closing out of illusions. All of that is going to be shown, and I'll go more into that when I break down those outer planets. But just something to look into. I would advise looking at where those planets are in your natal chart, and seeing where in your house it falls in alignment. Okay, so I leave you with that. Please look into the perspective, your karmic perspective. It's not out to get you. It's out here for you to get you. Get it? Got it? Good. Now let it be understood in the depths of your soul. Right? So enjoy this moon, and do your release. Do a spiritual bath. All of that you can do. Tap in, tune in to tune up. And with that said, each one, reach one, teach one. If you don't know where to start in your big, beautiful heart. Shine your light from the inside out, and be the candle that lights the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Peace, love, and light.